How you doing, everyone? Scott back again, and I am back to do my own Metal Tag 2023. It's been an absolutely amazing response to this, and I'm actually still working my way through videos because sometimes I go through, I go days and days that I can't really watch YouTube videos. So I've still got a few to watch. So if I haven't watched yours or commented on it, don't be offended, I've just not probably got there yet. So I'm back, it's taken me ages, but I'm going to do my own, I'm going to answer my own questions for you all. So here we go, 20 questions, I think you all know the drill. So question number one is a false start album. So an album you struggled with at first, but grew to like. Believe it or not, it was Anthrax and Among the Living. But when I first heard this album, I wasn't really too heavily into metal yet. I liked a lot of hard rock, glam metal. But when I first heard this, it was too early. It was too early for me. I didn't get it. But obviously now, I think it's an absolutely tremendous album. But at the time, it was just too early in my metal listening career to really appreciate it. So that would be my my false start album, Anthrax, Among the Living. Number two, an album with war themes or lyrics. I went for Gravedigger and Tunes of War. Obviously about Scotland, so that's kind of why I chose it. It's all about Scottish wars and battles and William Wallace, and I mean songs like The Fall of the Brave, The Battle of Flodden, William Wallace, Braveheart, Scotland United, The Brave. I had to pick that. So here we go. Gravedigger. Most influential metal musician to you of the last 10 years. So obviously there's people doing this this tag that probably didn't watch my first video of the questions, probably because they're not subscribed to me, or they've already unsubscribed to me, I don't know. But this was kind of like it wasn't to influence you as a musician, it's more like influence your taste. So I think a lot of people took it as, you know, I'm not a musician and all this kind of stuff, but it was really just to influence your taste. So I've got to go with Hellripper. I know a lot of people have chosen Hellripper, but that was kind of my thought process when I was writing the question. This would be my answer. He's kind of taken Europe by storm. I know a lot of the European guys are really into Hellripper. He's not quite got the same kind of ripple through other places, but especially in the UK and countries close to the UK, he's just awesome, and he's kind of brought this style of music that I probably wouldn't gravitate towards naturally. Obviously a lot of people have been mentioning him on YouTube, and he's Scottish as well, so that always helps. Bit of geographical bias, but yeah, he's just awesome. His work ethic and just the material he produces over and over again, it's just unreal, and he's just doing something that little bit different than everybody else, and I can really appreciate that. So it has to be Hellripper. I know a lot of people have shown him, but that was the kind of thought process behind that question. Band on your to see list. So I was really disappointed when the lead singer of this band sadly took his own life. It was Metal Church, and it's definitely a band I would love to see live. There is talks about them getting a new singer, and it's a singer that's not going to be anything like David Wayne or Mike Howe, but it's definitely a band I would love to see live. I mean, obviously they've had different vocalists throughout the years, and I'm sure they can do it again. So, Metal Church. Number 5, an album that energises you. This was easy. This just gets me pumped up to go drinking. Wildside and Under the Influence. It's just a really good, it's a feel-good album. You know, I didn't go along the lines of something that's just like brutal and high energy, and I just went for something that really makes me want to just go out and just get drunk and just have a great laugh. So that was Wildside. Next up, Big Freeze. Show a Snow or Ice album cover, song or lyric. This was actually harder than I thought. Now, when I was writing a lot of these questions, I didn't actually think about what I actually had in my collection. So when it came to this, I was like, a snow cover, something with ice. I was like, actually struggling. But then I thought it's a song or lyric. So I went for a song off the new Sabaton album. And the song is Soldier of Heaven. So the Soldier of Heaven is about a soldier serving in World War One, and he's on Everest, and he dies on Everest, and he's basically left there to freeze, and it's all about him kind of taking his last steps of Everest and dying on the mountainside. So there we go. That's my Snow or Ice lyric or song. Number 7, a song title with royal ties. I just went for Dio, Sacred Heart, and first song, King of Rock and Roll. Why not? That was easy. It was the easy option. A predominantly green album cover. I had a few picks for this, but I thought I'd pick something I've not actually shown, and I don't think I've shown it. But it's a really nice piece, and it's the Megadeth War Chest. So this is like a CD set. There's a charity shop along the road from me, and I think I saw it as I was sitting in traffic. I looked in the window and I saw it in the window, and then a couple of days later, I kind of forgot about it. And a couple of days later, my friend messaged me to say, "Do you know this is in the window?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I completely forgot about it." And he went, "Well, I'll just pick it up for you." So he went in and he got it for me. So this is like a 4 CD set plus a DVD, and it's just got, I mean, that's the amount of stuff you get on it. It's got everything, and inside you get CDs, and there's a big booklet in there as well. So it's a really nice set. I don't think I've shown that. So Megadeth and War Chest, a predominantly green cover, and that's all embossed as well. An album released in 2021 that you bought but have not listened to this year. That was easy. Space Chaser and Give Us Life. I just remember buying this. It was a pretty good price, and I kind of listened to a couple of songs on it, and I thought, yeah, I'll just pick that up, and it just bored me to tears. It's the standout album of 2021 that I just knew that I don't know if this really belongs in the collection, because it's quite boring. I probably need to give it another couple of listens, but it doesn't fill me with excitement when I think about it. So Space Chaser has not been listened to in the last year. Best find of 2022, old or new? Has to be Mortal Sin and Mayhemic Destruction. I got it for a great price as well. It was a buyer on eBay, and I just put in an offer for it, and it was accepted, and it's in really good nick, and I was really pleased to just get it for a great price and in good condition. So that has to be my find of last year. Number 11, new band or album discovery of 2022. Easy again. Wolfheart. Awesome. This was my number 1 album of 2022. Absolutely love it. King of the North. And this is this band's completely new to me. And after going back, I discovered that they had, I don't know, I think they've got 3 or 4 albums. But after picking this up, sampled a few tracks, thought it was okay, picked it up, and it just easily just grew to be my number 1 of 2022. Just absolutely loved it. So Wolfheart and King of the North, that was my what was that? That was my discovery of 2022. Number 12, an album sold to you by a song. Enforcer and Death by Fire. The song is Mesmerised by Fire. So this was before I was really into the new wave traditional heavy metal. And there was only a few bands I could really stomach at the time. White Wizard, Skullfist, Enforcer. I've since kind of gone off Enforcer because I've discovered so many other amazing bands. I would say better bands as well, and better albums. But when I first heard Mesmerised by Fire, it sold me on this album. First bought it on CD, and then I picked this up later on vinyl. But this is a really good album. Most anticipated album of 2023. For me, it's got to be Judas Priest. That might be a bit of an easy option, but that's the album that I can't wait for. When you think back to Firepower, it's been a long time now, I think, since Firepower came out. Or it feels longer. I mean, that could be, what, 2017 that came out? So, maybe 2016. And I think they're pretty much there. I think Rob Halford's just doing his vocals, and I mean that should be coming out maybe the end of this year. But I'm really looking forward to that on the strength of Firepower. I don't want to kind of hype it up too much in my head because then I don't want to be disappointed. But that's the one I'm really looking forward to. Hellripper as well, obviously. The 23rd album on my shelf. So I went just through my vinyl. Went from obviously A, that's the start of my collection, and the 23rd album on my shelf is Armoured Saint and March of the Saints. So that's the 23rd album. Last album that's got into your collection, it's an album not even listened to yet, Vengeance and Arabia. That's the last album to come into the collection. A random pull from your collection. Oh, right, I'll just quickly do that. And knock over all my juice. Let's go in here. What's this? Halloween. Keeper of the Seven Keys, Part 1. Not my favourite, I like the second one better, but that's a pretty good pull. I think this is on blue vinyl. I got rid of these sleeves. These do not go in these sleeves anymore. Yeah. So an OG on blue vinyl. So that is my random pull. A band or artist you discovered through social media. Oh bollocks, I forgot about this as well. Bear with me. Okay, we're back. So it was a band or artist you discovered through social media. Midnight. So along the lines of Hellripper, but I just don't think it's as strong. It is good, but it's that along that kind of blackened speed metal, thrash metal. But I think when you hear them kind of like, if you were to hear them side by side, I think Hellripper's just a bit more interesting. So Midnight through social media, and I'm pretty sure Hellripper wears the Midnight t-shirt. I wonder if I can get Hellripper in any other questions or any other answers. Number 18, where do you see your collection progressing in the next 5 years? Prices of music going up, etc. I mean, if they continue to stay like this, I'm definitely going to be slowing down. I mean, I've slowed down anyway. I've got a few things in the pipeline, life-wise, that I've had to slow down. And I mean, they might pick up again, hopefully pick up again, because of what I'm doing. It's all a big secret I can't tell you right now. But yeah, I think if it stays like this, if the vinyl prices keep rising, it's just going to be a nightmare. But they're going to burst their own bubble, because nobody can. No, you can't keep charging people 37, 40 quid, 45 quid for an album. It's ridiculous. And even the CDs, because I've been buying a lot more CDs recently, or even like the last year. I'm pretty sure my top albums of 2021 were mostly vinyl, and my top albums of 2022 are mostly CD. And that's all due to price. There's only so far you can push it without saying that's enough. I'm not paying that. It's, at the end of the day, I love music, I love collecting metal, but you can't, there's only so far you can push it before you go, no, I'm not paying that. It's actually not worth it. It's just an album. Do you know what I mean? Especially when maybe like 5 years time, these albums could be pennies. So you never know. But the way things are going, I can't see it. I mean, 5 years, I can't see it all being still as expensive. But you know, the plants and the labels will be trying to squeeze as much money out of this kind of fad. Well, I know it's a fad for a lot of people. It's not for obviously collectors, but they would try to squeeze as much money out of it as they can. So hopefully it dies down. But until then, I'll be concentrating more on CDs, although CDs are getting pricey as well. So what do you do? So that's my answer for that. So where do you see your collection progressing? I basically see it slowing down. Number 19, a new release you didn't buy this year based on price alone. So I actually put this up on my Facebook page, and I really wanted to pick up the new Leatherwolf. I think it was called Kill the Hunted or something. I'll put a picture up of the album. But I was going to pick that up, you know, if it was maybe 12, 14 quid, I was going to get it. And I'm pretty sure it was around 23 quid for a CD. And I just thought there's no way I'm paying £23 for a CD. You know, single album, I just thought it's just not worth it. I mean, I've not even listened to this day, I've not even streamed it or anything. Because I know it can't stay that price forever. But I mean, that's one album I didn't get. I never picked up the Megadeth on vinyl either, because for a long time it was sitting for about 37 quid, and I just was not paying that for an album. So those are kind of two. I know Megadeth did come down, but at the time when it was released, I was like, no way. And number 20, a song that doesn't belong, a song that lets an album down. I've not picked this one out either, so I'll be back. Okay, really organised, just really professional channel. So, I've mentioned this before in a video, but it's going to be Heaven Can Wait on Somewhere in Time by Iron Maiden. It's just the worst song. And I love pretty much every other song on this album apart from Heaven Can Wait, Heaven Can Wait. Hate it. I hope they don't play it live this year. I'm finally getting to see Maiden live in June, and I really hope they do not play that song. I'll go for a piss or something when they do. But that would be my song. The song that doesn't belong, Heaven Can Wait. So there we go. That's my Metal Tag 2023. Thanks to everyone who's kind of joined in. I've really enjoyed watching the videos, and like I said before, I'll try and get through everyone's videos. I should be back. When will I be back? Probably next week with a collection update. But until then, you can let me know what you think of my answers. Please, you know, like, subscribe, comment, all that, and I'll see you very soon. Cheers.